Yes. International News Media. Awee
Okay.
Abayari here reporting live, and we're talking to someone who has adopted 4 children. Tell us about it. How did you start the adoption? Meaning to say, how did you have that idea of interest in adopting children?
Our church, there was a man who had a family ministry, and he knew that there were a lot of people in the church who couldn't conceive or was having difficulty conceiving. And so he invited us to a get-together to just show us pictures of children that were available. And they were older kids. They were, I already had 3 children, so I didn't need a baby. And so we went and said, hey, we'd like to start the process. And we started the process, and then that summer, they brought up 5 orphans from Mexico. And they all lived in my house for on and off for the summer. And they would go to visit other families, who might be interested in adopting them. And then within the next year, we went down and we adopted our son, Pedro. And when we were down there, they looked at our paperwork and they said, you said you wanted a little girl. And this one orphanage said, we have little girls. Would you like to meet some? And we wound up going in and finding this little girl who was just she had just gotten there like days earlier. And they let us take her to our apartment that we were living in Mexico City. And she could lived with us for like 2 weeks. And by then it was like, this kid isn't going to, she had to go back to the orphanage, but she wasn't going to stay there. We had to start all the paperwork again and go back and adopt her.
How challenging was it, the process of adoption? Like many requirements, much documentation?
Yes. Yeah, it's like standing nude in front of the world, basically, because you need letters from your employer, you need letters from your banks, you need bank statements, you need police reports, federal reports, child abuse reports. You need to take symposium of classes
like
on how to be, about what are some of the problems you could have with adopted children. And I had them all.
Very nice, yes. So you have 4, and what are the ages of the 4 adopted children when you adopted them?
All of the kids that we adopted, the 2 from Mexico, 1 was 5 and 1 was 9. And then we spent all our money on that. That was, those were and we had to live in Mexico City and fly to Mexico City. And so it was an expensive thing. And so when another friend of us had adopted, and there was children from CYS, our Children and Youth Services, and she had she had like 6 kids at this point, all adopted.
Wow.
And one of the siblings for these kids, they told her she couldn't have that child because she had too many children in her house.
Yes, I was wondering about that. If you have children, can you adopt?
Oh, yeah.
Because even if you have 4 children already, you can adopt.
Oh, you can still, I think 7. I think 7 is.
I see, okay.
They don't like you, 7 children under 16. They don't care how many teenagers you have.
I see.
But